All right, my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, this is another one reaching us right now. Meanwhile, Yoruba Nation are going back. Exactly what the people are still talking about. Yes, so on to the next one. Mrs. Modupe Onitiri on fire as Yoruba group finally drags her on social media. Well, a lot of people will be like, what exactly has she done again? Well, majority of people still on that, the issue, the saga of the declaration of Yoruba nation by Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. Well, it has not all gone well with some set of people. Meanwhile, we still have a lot of people who are actually supporting this movement. And then, a lot of agitators also, we still have some agitators who are not in support of Mrs. Modupe Onitiri's declarations. So, and right now, some of the Yoruba group have come out one after the other to drag Mrs. Modupe Onitiri on social media. And then, according to what had been gathered, some of them have been of the opinion that Mrs. Modupe Onitiri needs to work together with Professor Banji Akintoye and then others as a woman of God. And then some set of people have still made us understand that Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, as far as this movement is concerned, she is actually on point. She has done so well than every other agitators. And then onto this one, it had not all gone well with some set of people. This time around, some Yoruba members have made it clear that you guys that are saying she is doing a good job, because some set of people have said that Mrs. Modupe Onitiri has done a good job for declaring Yoruba nation without waiting for Professor Banji Akintoye or any other person. And then it has been gathered that you people should understand that there is one man who had made this journey beautiful the way it is right now. If not for this man, I don't think there will be anything called Yoruba Nation movement and all that. And who is this man we are talking about? We are talking about no other person than CSI, Chief Sunday Igboho. Right now is now a Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho. That if not for Chief Sunday Igboho, nobody will be talking about the so-called Yoruba Nation movement and all that. This man has sacrificed himself, and this time around, this man needs to be respected, according to what majority of people have actually said. And meanwhile, according to Sunday Gabriel on this one, he has said that you guys that are saying she is doing a good job need to sit down and then watch. Okay, all right. And he continued by saying that this woman is playing game. The only thing she does was 5 million petition, and then after we completed the petition, she came out again saying the petition wouldn't take us anywhere. Since then, what does she do? Again, she came out and then she declared saying the next thing to do is reclaiming, and then she never explained they will reclaim even when to reclaim. All right, and but when she saw CSI announce that the mega rally will start from 17th, and then she saw people turn up in Abeokuta, she came out the next day, which is 18th, and they said they are going to start their reclaiming. Why now? She should have started reclaiming before the rally. Does she want the Nigerian government to start hurting the people that are doing the rally, or what? Her game is over because she thinks she's smarter than everybody. We silent we silent watchers, we are watching everything. You guys that are supporting MOA need to wake up from slumber. All right, and then that's exactly the matter of the day. Majority of people have actually reacted actually on this one, that yes, the truth of the matter is, why is it that after Chief Sunday Igboho declared the mega rally, that she now had to put her own reclamation to the next day. And a lot of people have been like, this woman does not need to be trusted. Well, the truth of the matter is a lot of people are what the majority of people are actually concerned about that we already know is let Yoruba nation be actualized. Yes, and then they have made us understand that this 2022 before the end of the year, most especially Mrs. Modupe Onitiri has said this repeatedly. She has reiterated this severally. And then majority of people are like, what is that thing that will make this Yoruba nation to be actualized this 2022? Because as it stands right now, a lot of people are of the opinion that as far as this movement is concerned, Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, if she does not support the movement, if she does not support the leaders, that she can never do it all alone. And then somebody is making us to understand that all the people that are supporting Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, that they are just pushing her to destruction. Well, a lot of things are actually going on right now in Yoruba Nation movement terrain. But the truth of the matter is, everyone right now, either Mrs. Modupe Onitiri or Chief Sunday Igboho or Professor Banji Akintoye. In fact, mention all the leaders, either any of them. If there is no cooperation, my brother, my sister, the Yoruba nation cannot get there. Simply because even God Himself had made us, had warned us that we should try as much as possible to come to work together in harmony, in unity, love one another. Because this time around, with what we are seeing right now, there is no love. If there is no love, we should be able to tolerate ourselves. And exactly what I always tell people, when you are doing anything, no matter what, no matter how spiritual you claim you are, no matter how godly you claim you have, if you do not love your neighbor, the Bible says you love your neighbor as yourself. If you do not love your neighbor as yourself, it can never work. And exactly what we are actually seeing right now in everything we do, my brother, my sister, we need to put God first. Because right now, a lot of things will go wrong if we are not careful. Some set of people are now come out that Mrs. Modupe Onitiri has her own plans, that she is not actually working for the Yoruba Nation movement, but rather she's working for the politicians. But one thing actually, on my own part, though, I've actually understood about Mrs. Modupe Onitiri is that she is actually doing her best to make sure things work out. But there are some things she is doing that will make a lot of people to go against her. Okay, let's say for instance, I was watching Koiki not long ago, and then onto his own part, he made mention of something that there are some of his followers that have unfollowed him simply because they said, Koiki, you are not following, you are not supporting Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, therefore we will unfollow you. You can imagine what is going on. Some set of people had to unfollow Koiki Media on his own platform simply because they believe so much in Mrs. Modupe Onitiri and exactly what we are talking about. Why would somebody come and make some other set of people that are also in this same struggle to say they are not ready to follow a particular person? And exactly what we are saying right now, we all need to work together. Since the whole goal is to get Yoruba Nation achieved. And then I always think of the fact that if there is love, somebody will not be pulling the other person from doing something that will help the situation, that will help everyone, that will bring about positivity in the game. And that's exactly how I've seen it right now. That is why a lot of people have been like, this Mrs. Modupe Onitiri herself, how much do you trust her in this game? Chief Sunday Igboho announced 17th as the mega rally. The next day, she announced her reclamation. And then right now, people are not like, does she want the federal government to now be going against the agitators, because right now she's not in the country and anything can happen. I always say the fact that, no, I always say this, that most of these agitators, we need to respect them, most especially the ones that are on ground, that are in Nigeria, doing all these stuffs, going everywhere, because as it stands, they are not being put right. They are putting themselves in danger. And then some set of people will just come out and give order from nowhere that you cannot even find them. So that is why I always advise the youth that in case of necessity, you people have to be very, very vigilant, be watchful, and be careful also. Because right now, we cannot tell what will happen the next day. A lot of people have died in this struggle. Yes. Okay, now we want to talk about some of the warriors that had gone. Talking about Adigun, Adugon, or okay, I think it's Adugon, something like that. That man that was killed in Chief Sunday Igboho's house. This was one of no the greatest personality that had been so supportive, full of life. It's not that he's a young person, he's a young man with no little children. Where is he today? We need to remember all these people. Talking about Kokoro, one of the warriors that was killed. At the end of the day, he was even beheaded. So what are we saying? We need to try as much as possible to work together so that at the end of it all, we'll not be putting other people in danger. And exactly what is going on right now. Yes, so and right now, Mrs. Modupe Onitiri is on fire as Yoruba group finally drags her on social media. And then this set of people have made it clear that everybody needs to be very careful. This Mrs. Modupe Onitiri is not helping issue. Majority of things though had actually been said onto this. And then right now the people are like, let Mrs. Modupe Onitiri go to Professor Banji Akintoye for apology, because we need to achieve this Yoruba nation with love. Not that some set of people will be separated, some will be on the other part. It can never work in that manner. We all need to, get ourselves assembled so that things will definitely work out for good. And exactly what I have seen to this, my people, majority of things though have actually been said. What more can we say? Meanwhile, let me have your own take on this, my people, and remember to subscribe for more updates if you are new on this channel. All right, thanks and God bless.